So how your family accepted me and my family accepted you.
Yeah.
Again, this is way different because, her being from, the upper Middle East, it's a very family-oriented place. And her family accepting me, would be a huge deal. Me coming from the Southwest, my family, I love my family, but I don't need them to accept her for me to be with her. It doesn't work like that. But my family trusts me and loves me, and they know that the woman that I bring home to them is a good one and the one that I'm going to be with. So they don't have a problem with that. If I bring, when I eventually, because we're 10,000 miles away, so she's never met my family. They've talked on the phone though, I think. Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have kind of met, but face to face, they haven't met yet because we're so far away. But when she eventually does meet them, they'll accept her with open arms. That's just how that works. But when it comes to her, how do I even say these things?
What?
Can I talk about this?
What?
Your family.
Yeah.
And me being accepted by your family.
Yeah, you can talk about it.
I haven't met her family either. But her mom passed away, and the family that she has left there, she's close with, but not overly close with. So it's a little bit of a different dynamic. It's just a little, I'm not in a position where I'm trying to win over a family. And not lying, there's a little bit of relief there, right? Where it's like, okay, I don't have to win anybody over. But in the same sense, I would love to have met her mom and won her over. That's one of those kind of things that I wish. But the fact is that that's not part of our story, and that's not going to be part of our story. I will eventually meet, the rest of her family, and that'll be an interesting thing. I'm not overly concerned about it because I'm pretty comfortable with who I am, and if you accept me for who I am, and I'm going to be who I am, and if you accept me for that, fuck yeah. If you don't, that's on you, because I'm just going to kind of be myself.
The closest person to me in my family accepted you already. So.
Yes. So, yeah. So I've already been accepted.
Yes.
So yeah, we have a little bit of a different dynamic when it comes to how normacy. You heard the other video about our relationship and how we kind of like fell in love and met and all that, and it's a little different. And it's funny because everything else has been different since then. We don't really follow it's not like we do it on purpose. It just sort of happens that way. We're not hitting those milestones or those social things that normal couples kind of have to go through, right. Which is really interesting, right? Yeah. Like we don't really do that. And there's standard things where you like go on a date and then you date for a while and then you end up being in a relationship, and then you end up getting married, and then you end up, having kids, and then you end up getting a house, maybe the house first, and, then you do that process. Like, that's never been our thought process. It was like, we just love being around each other, and we are just around each other, and things start to trickle in, like certain people accepting us, and then, okay, this happens, and then, okay, now this person in my family accepted her, and then, I'm gonna move, and we're not gonna live together, but we have a different way of doing it. Like, she has a son. I'm not gonna live there right now. He's a young guy, so he doesn't need that problem. When it comes to his stepdad or his dad, and then the miscommunication that can happen within that child's mind. It's not the appropriate time. And we've never really discussed that, but it's just one of those things that we both understand. And then you know, the amount of time that I would spend around him. It needs to be, it's a slow it's a slow I can't say the word. What is it? It's a slow, whatever. It's a slow road into that process, right? So we're very responsible when it comes to that. But it's not even really like a thought thing. It just sort of happened that way. And we just kind of go off of our instincts. She trusts my instincts with things, and I trust her immensely with her instincts and how she feels about things. So yeah, that's the answer I got on that one.